Okay, so this is part 2 of the introductory video minus my cat, Kato, who was destroying everything on my board. Alright, so where we left off, we were talking about charcoal pencils, and you can get a pencil set. Pencil sets have different things in them. Sometimes they have pencils with charcoal pencils with compressed charcoal. Sometimes they have erasers in them. And so if you want to get something combined in a set, you can do that. So I was showing you this set here, which comes with some charcoal pencils and a kneaded eraser. I want to just show you what a kneaded eraser looks like in case you buy it separately. It might come in a box like this. And once you take it out of the box, sometimes they're just wrapped in cellophane. But this is a kneaded eraser, and it's called a kneaded eraser because you can knead it like dough. It's kind of gummy, right? And so you can mold it into different shapes. You can make it into a ball. You can make a point with it, and you can erase in different configurations of your eraser. Also, it gets coated with charcoal, and then as you knead it, you can then kind of refresh the eraser, and you can get a new surface to work with. Okay, so kneaded eraser is perfect for creating really nice eraser marks that are smooth, and nothing else quite does what this does with charcoal. So you really need to make sure you get one of these. This is just a regular white plastic eraser, and those are good to have handy, just for any of your erasing needs. And then this one I also highly recommend getting. I'll show you one that's still in the wrapper. This is the Tombow Mono Zero eraser pen. Okay, and so this does something very different than the kneaded eraser and the other plastic eraser. So what this does, I'm going to show it to you, one that's out of the package. As you can see, you can push up the eraser. See that? The eraser comes out. It's a very small eraser. So what this allows you to do is to make really exact marks, very sharp marks. Whereas this, the kneaded eraser, you can make really nice, smooth kind of marks. With this one, you can make very sharp marks. Okay, and that's really good for things like highlights, reflections on glass. Anytime you need just a really small mark, if you don't want it to be so harsh, you can always go back over it with your finger. So we'll get more into that kind of thing once we get rolling in the class. Alright, so these are our 3 eraser types: kneaded eraser, plastic eraser, pen eraser. Then we have these blending stumps, and they this one is really dirty from a lot of use. These are 2 different sizes, and really what they are, it's just rolled paper, but it allows you to blend areas. So when you want to take away harsh edges and lines, you'll use the blending stump. Alright, so it's good to get one. You know, you might get a large one. You definitely need some small ones. So just get a couple. And if you have to pick and choose, I think they're pretty cheap. We can also blend with a paper towel, or you could try to make yourself a blending stump with a paper towel rolled up, or with some paper rolled up. See, this is just really, once I can unroll this, it's just rolled up paper. Alright, so that's your blending stump. I found that this, let me see if I can get that in the camera. This is a red General's pencil sharpener, and it is probably the best one for these pencils. They can be, regular sharpeners sometimes don't have good, maybe it's not wide enough or something, but this General's one is really good. So if you can find this General's red sharpener, I would recommend it. Also, eventually what we're going to use to sharpen pencils is just a straight razor blade. So this is a pack of straight razor blades, and I'm going to get into how to use it, but that's how we sharpen our pencils, to expose the charcoal so that you can use it, the point of it, to make this kind of a mark. But you can also lay it down flat, holding it like this instead of like this. This is one thing you're going to learn. We don't want to hold our pencil like this a lot. We want to hold it like this when we're doing shading. And you can turn it on its edge and then put down more of a consistent tone. Alright, so that's why you might want to consider getting some straight razor blades. You could use an X-Acto knife, but it's a little bit more difficult and maybe not very safe. So I would recommend getting the straight razor blade for that purpose. Also, one other thing, and if I can get it together by Monday, I will include a little piece of sandpaper in your kit. So the sandpaper will be used for once you expose your charcoal, then I use the sandpaper to kind of smooth it out, to make it nice and round and not pointy. Okay, so I will see if I can locate my sandpaper and put that in your starter kit. Alright, I know I'm forgetting things, so I'm going to keep going. This Micron pen set. We are going to be using this at the end of the semester. And by then, I have some supplies I've ordered for you all, including this drawing board here. If you've already bought your drawing board, good for you. If you haven't, I've got some of these on order, and that order just went in because the numbers of students in my class continue to go up. I had to wait to put in my supply order. And so what that means is we're going to have to wait a few weeks. So those of you who already have one or you bought one, that's probably great. When they come in, I'll let you know, and you guys can check them out and check one out and take it home for the semester, so you'll have it at home to draw on. This again is a Micron pen set. I'm going to be giving you this. I've ordered you this, but it's not going to come in for a while. But no worries, because we don't use it until the final project. This chamois cloth, or chamois cloth, I don't have one on me. If you get one, they're really helpful for blending, but they also erase charcoal. It's like a little leather square piece that's about that big, and you can use it to lift charcoal off your paper. It's very useful. I have misplaced mine, so I might get another one. Then as far as your papers go, this is the Strathmore drawing pad. This is 18 by 24. All of the still lifes that we're going to be doing, and most of the drawing that we're going to be doing is going to be on this paper. This is a nice drawing paper. It's 18 by 24. It's good quality, and it's the kind of thing that if you have a drawing in your portfolio, it's nice for it to be on this paper. So you're going to need to get this as soon as you possibly can. And if you don't get the Strathmore brand, if you get Dick Blick or something like that, just make sure that, this one is 80 pounds. Usually on here it'll say what the weight is of the paper, and what that's referring to really is just the thickness of the paper. Make sure that you get drawing paper for this pad and not sketch paper. Sketch paper is real thin, and then when you go to blend your charcoal, it's going to behave a lot differently than a drawing will on this high quality paper. So that's a must, is your Strathmore drawing pad. This is newsprint. So this is an example of a drawing that was done at the beginning of the semester in a previous quarter. And what we start off doing is we start off learning how to cite and measure, and I'll talk about that later. But this is an example of a still life that was placed in front of all the students, and we used our citing and measuring techniques just to get the outline. Notice there's no value in here. This is on newsprint, and all the purpose was to get the outline and to get the proportions accurate. And so that's what this is an example of. And we use newsprint on drawings that are less important. We use it on our warm-up. It's sort of a disposable, cheap paper. So let me show you what that looks like. This is Dick Blick 18 by 24 newsprint. And you'll see the picture that they have on there is a charcoal gesture drawing of a figure. And so, you know, when you start taking figure drawing, you're going to use this a lot because it's really just practice paper. You know, if you're a musician, you might warm up by playing scales. Well, artists warm up by using newsprint and just trying to loosen up. Maybe they're doing gesture drawings of a figure or short gesture drawings of a still life or what have you. I'm going to start us up warming up to practicing our basic shapes, and I'll talk about that next video. So 18 by 24 drawing paper, 18 by 24 newsprint paper. You will also need a sketchbook, and I do not have a sketchbook here with me, but the information on that is on your supplies list. If you think that you might want to use water-based media, then you want to get that Canson mixed media sketchbook, because you can put wet media in it without it, you know, tearing the paper. But if that's not important to you and you want to get something maybe that's a little cheaper, just get a sketchbook that's at least 8.5 by 11, if not bigger. It says specifically on the supplies list. And here's one other thing that you'll be finding in your package that I'm going to put together for you. This is a bamboo skewer. We're going to use this to cite and measure. We'll use it to measure objects by moving our thumb up and down. We'll be using it to cite angles. And so you don't have to worry about getting this. I'm going to supply that for you. Trying to think if there's anything I've left out. I think that's it for now. And if I forgot anything, we can address it on the next video or the next time that you have an opportunity to tune in live and ask me questions. So that's it for now, and I really look forward to meeting you all. And we're gonna do this format where we can chat back and forth live. I'll probably do a little bit of Zoom. I know Zoom gets to be really irritating after a while, but it might be good for us to do a Zoom so we get to know each other's faces, and just makes it a little bit more personal. So if you're in my class, please try to tune in or look for my instructions in your email and tune in to the live broadcast on Monday morning or Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. And if you're not able to make it, no worries, the video should be there, and I'll be sending you links to that. Keep in mind, I'm also new at this, so I probably am going to make a few mistakes. There might be a few things that don't work. Feel free to email me and let me know when something isn't functioning right. And that's it. I look forward to seeing you. Good luck with getting your supplies, and look for a paper bag of supplies from me. I'm going to leave them, so far I think I'm going to be able to leave them with Joni in the Fine Arts Department. If you do not wish to go into school at all, that's fine. You can just go ahead and buy your supplies and buy the things that would be in the starter kit. I know everybody has a different set of circumstances. There might be some of you who are high risk and you don't want to even step foot in the building, and that's fine. Just make sure you get all the supplies that are on the list and that we talked about. That's it. Signing off. Until next time, I'll see you soon.